What's good, fam? I need y'all to lock in, cause you ain't heard this breakdown anywhere else yet. Everybody been talking reckless about Drake's tour lately, but not a single person really explaining how wild this situation is for hip hop. People been clowning, making memes, but yo, it's bigger than just jokes right now. Drake just exposed himself on stage in front of everybody as the dude who don't even know his own lyrics no more. I'm talking about straight up forgot the words to his own track while reading off a teleprompter like it's some lazy job training. Bro, the video was all over Twitter, IG, Reddit, everywhere, and man, it looked bad, real bad. Stick around though, cause I got proof this was just the start, a whole series of L's, and we finna look at why Kendrick Lamar continues stacking dust while Drake drowning in his own mess. And yo, don't blink, cause what I'm about to touch on next is embarrassing for one of the biggest names in rap. You're about to see why this ain't just about one dude messing up. It's about who really run the game and who just phoning it in. So let's talk about what actually happened. If you missed it, Drake was in the middle of his latest It's All a Blur, Big as the What tour, and homie was up there performing tracks he just dropped this year. Not even old catalog, new joints, the ones supposed to prove he still got it. But nah, he froze up, couldn't even keep up with his own bars, got caught squinting at that giant teleprompter like he was reading off a class presentation he ain't prepared for. The crazy part, cameras caught everything. Somebody up close caught the teleprompter straight up rolling, showing lyrics line by line while Drake stumbles through the verse. And fans noticed instantly. Twitter blew up. Comments like, bro needed Google Translate for his own lyrics. How you legendary and still can't remember a song from February, and certified lyrics reader. Y'all, if you still a Drake defender after this, you on your own. But here's what's wild, right? This ain't just a one-off mistake. It's starting to look like a pattern. Drake been leaning heavy on pre-recorded vocals, backing tracks, and letting the crowd do half the job for him. I'm not talking about just helping on the hooks, like nah, whole verses just getting shouted out for him while he hold the mic out, like he leading karaoke at some random bar. Folks paid hundreds, some even a rack, just to come out and do the work themselves. Tell me that ain't the biggest scam you seen in a minute. One night, dude literally stood back, just holding the mic down by his stomach, barely mumbling, while his vocals blasted through the speakers. If you showed up thinking you was getting the sixth guy, all you found was OVO karaoke night. And I get it, some rappers use a little backing track to keep the energy when the crowd's crazy or if the venue's huge, but Drake acting like it's a crutch he need just to stand up there. And what's even crazier, this is a dude who been on top for over a decade. You'd think a veteran like that would have this part locked down. Nope, instead, he's up there, missing lines, stiff as a board, barely moving, staring dead ahead like he's been up all night and still ain't read the script. That's not star power, that's washed behavior. Meanwhile, his people scrambled in the comments talking about, but he's just giving the fans a chance to sing. Bruh, don't gaslight us. We not dumb. This man is on stage looking lost in his own songs. And this is where it gets super embarrassing. All these slip-ups, tech fails, and half-hearted performances would be forgivable if he was up there doing his thing for real, putting passion into it. But compared side by side with what Kendrick Lamar is doing, man, it's like watching Varsity versus Rec League. Fam, let me break down the Kendrick Lamar situation for you, cause it's been nothing but over on that side. While Drake flopping with 25% energy and forgetting basic lyrics, Kendrick out here flipping entire stadiums upside down on his Grand National Tour. You seen the clips? Kendrick actually rap his bars. Don't need a teleprompter. Don't need the crowd to catch him when he falls. He designed every moment in the show, straight Shakespeare with it, on some creative genius stuff. And let's not act like this been some one city thing. Kendrick expanding his tour, adding more shows in places where Drake straight up cancels, y'all. Especially in Australia, Kendrick booked extra stadium dates after Drake ran for the hills and called his shows off. But before I keep going and really get into the messy details about how Kendrick is bringing up the next generation while Drake falling off hard, do me one quick favor, fam. If you rocking with the real talk right now, hit that subscribe button and drop a like. That's the only way these platforms know you tired of the fake and you want somebody calling out these L's for what they are. Got more wild receipts coming up, so don't dip. All right, let's get right back into the heat. Now let's talk about these so-called performances. All right, take yourself back to when you was a kid, family barbecue, your uncles make you do karaoke in the living room, acting goofy, reading lyrics off the screen, everybody laughing because it ain't that serious. Now imagine you paid the price of a PS5 to go see the biggest rapper in the world just for him to do the same thing. That's what's going on at these Drake shows, no cap. People put up their own fan vids to TikTok and you could see clear as day, homie dead ass reading, glancing sideways, starting lines late like he just learning the song. Crowd is confused. Some folks looking pressed straight up like, I spent my rent money on this, the energy off, the room feel awkward, and you could tell the vibe ain't it. Now let's really stack this up with what's going on at Kendrick's stops. When he's in the building, people not just singing along, they're hanging on to every word, losing their voices, and most importantly, watching a true MC at work. Kendrick ain't just reciting, he's switching flows, playing with tempo, adding little tweaks to his bars that show he lives this rap life. You see fans on social talking about how Kendrick performing live changed my life, hearing folks say, bruh, family ties in person is a spiritual experience. You never catch Kendrick letting the crowd do all the work. He engaged at the right moments, bring everybody in, but you always know he in control of the set. Even random songs, man, he spit every single line with intention. And if he throw a curveball, change a word, switch an inflection, you know it's cause he's in the zone, not cause he forgot. That's the mark of a real MC. What gets me is you got Kendrick using his platform to actually do something bigger than himself. Bringing out BOOED, an up-and-coming artist with mad potential, putting her on a giant stage so people can see her shine. That's how you build a legacy, for real. It ain't just about you. It's about elevating the whole game, pushing culture forward, and Kendrick been about that action. He giving folks around him a shot, taking risks, booking new stadiums, and still delivering at the highest level. That's why Australia selling out his shows mad quick while Drake had to axe his own tour dates. That's not coincidence. That's called work ethic. That's called loving the craft, putting in time, and not trying to cheat fans out their money. Contrast that with Drake, who been coasting for too long. It's like he think just cause he's famous, the work don't matter no more. Bro, people see through that lazy energy, especially now. You want to stay at the top, you got to actually care. You got to treat your fans like they not walking ATMs. Kendrick respect the art, the fans, his own team. Drake, it looked like he checked out and leaving the audience to piece it together for him. But trust me, the drama is only getting messier. Stick with me, cause next up, I'm diving into how all these L's piling up are actually shifting who runs the rap game in a big way, and why even longtime Drake fans are starting to wake up. You think we reached max chaos? Wait until you see the next moves coming up for both these dudes. Alright, so let's really get into why this all matters. It ain't just about one tour going left or a couple funny tweets roasting Drake. This is a whole moment in rap history shifting right in front of us, and folks barely catching it. Drake used to be bulletproof, bro. Back in the day, you couldn't say nothing bad about him online without people jumping down your throat, calling you a hater or biased or whatever. Now you got day ones looking at the footage like, I can't even defend this DMM mess no more. Fan pages on TikTok used to do edits hyping up every move Drake made. Lately they scrambling to keep the clips positive, ignoring all the awkward moments and muting the parts where the crowd dead silent because they just as disappointed as everybody else. And the funny part, it's not even like this is the first warning we got about dude falling off. People been saying for years his heart not in it, just going through the motions, dropping albums that feel more like playlists than cohesive projects. He'll throw 15 different vibes out, hope 3 go viral, and call it a win. The live show's supposed to be where you show fans you really about that work. If you can't do that, what are we even paying for? Drake treating fans like they extras in his own show. Meanwhile, Kendrick sweat for every single moment on stage, making sure nobody feel cheated or shortchanged. And with all the industry heads watching, that's how stadium status gets built. Not from old clout, but from real live skill and energy. But here's where it get deeper and why Drake's recent flops sting extra hard. These L's, they come at a time when the rap scene is wide open for a new champion. Kendrick right there, already a legend, but now he on some dynasty building mode. He don't just want the spot. He wants to uplift a whole new wave, show the culture how it's done. That's why bringing BOOED and Schoolboy Q out on those massive shows is such a W. He using his headline position to co-sign, share the stage, and show that this bigger than just one man's ego. It feel like the start of something serious, the next chapter. Upgrade energy, generational impact, and Kendrick's pulling it off while Drake out here fumbling the basics. Now, people probably gonna be like, yo, but rappers always use teleprompters, backtracks. It ain't that deep. Sure, old head acts forget lyrics, it happens. But difference is they honest about it, or it's a couple old classics they haven't run in decades. Drake forgot a brand new song he released this February. Bro, that's an L. You can't even explain away. It show he ain't living this anymore. It's like your boss forgetting your name after talking to you every day. Zero passion, zero care. Meanwhile, Kendrick changing up his flows in real time, catching the pocket different each city, adding something new for the real fans. He proving he know these bars inside and out. They not just words for him, they real life stories. That's why the people rocking with him so much harder. We got plenty more coming too. You know Kendrick about to close out that Grand National Tour down under with those 4 massive stadiums already sold out in days, and rumors swirling that Top Dog Entertainment plotting even bigger collabs for the next year. Drake, on the other hand, had to pull the plug on his own dates, can't move tickets, And social media done turned his stage presence into a meme factory. Folks asking if the next show gonna have karaoke machines ready for everybody who show up. That's how bad the optics are. But yo, ask yourself, who you wanna see run the main stage of hip hop right now? The dude who act like touring a hassle and barely put effort in, or the artist who treat every set like it's the last time he ever gonna step on stage? That's what this really about. Loyalty in the culture only goes so far until somebody show they don't respect the time, energy, or money from the people who made him big in the first place. And it's not like Drake can't turn it around, bro. He got the resources, the skills, years of legacy, but he gotta stand on it for real. Step up his shows, memorize them new lyrics, actually rap live, and quit depending on cheat codes just to get through a set. Stop acting like fans too dumb to care. The blueprint right there. If Kendrick can bring the same hunger after all his wins, no reason Drake can't. But it gotta be real. None of this lazy, sleepwalking through arenas, hoping people too drunk to notice. If you wanna be GOAT status, move like it every night. There's also this whole industry side nobody wanna talk about. Labels, tour promoters, they watching all of this. They know who putting real energy in. That's why Kendrick about to be the anchor for whatever TDE, PG Lang, and everyone in that new generation got planned. They don't just want an artist with streams. They want the full package. Somebody who can sell records and bodies and seats. Right now, they see who holding it down and who getting clowned out the building. You see a shift in the crowd. Even older rap fans talking about how they feel embarrassed for Drake because they remember Take Care, Nothing Was the Same back when nobody could touch him. Now it's like, bro fell off. He not even trying to get back up. And the Kendrick energy contagious. That's how you build a movement. You don't just headline and take the bag. You bring your people with you, uplift talent, keep the show moving forward. That's why having Doishi on them stadium dates matters. She the next up, but also stands next to Kendrick as a real MC. It's a stamp for her, a W for female rap, and a message to the world. Kendrick's era about building, not gatekeeping. Switch back to the Drake tour. It's like the crowd don't even know what to expect anymore. One night he halfway in it, next night he just straight zombie mode, and the crew gotta hype the crowd up. If you compare fan cams from both tours, you see it plain as day. Energy with Kendrick is up. You see smiles, you see folks rapping word for word, cameras in the air, tears, laughter, all that. Drake, awkward glances, half the floor just filming like they at a zoo, more interested in catching a blooper than having a moment. It's like the spirit left. And bro, that's the real loss. When you stop loving your own songs, your fans feel it. When you act like each gig is just a paycheck, the tickets don't sell, the hype evaporates, and suddenly, you the butt of the joke on the same platforms you used to own. Kendrick still passionate, still grateful to the crowd, showing humility, bringing fire and purpose every time. That's why his wins keep stacking. That's why the culture rolling with him. Real recognize real. Drake got one chance to flip that, but if he keep moving on autopilot, it's a wrap. So let's talk about what could be different. All Drake had to do was actually study his own take rehearsals serious, ditch the lazy teleprompter grind, and remember what put him on top in the first place, which was hunger. Show your people you still got it and go recite those new verses like your life depend on it. Make it impossible for fans to doubt you, not give them more viral clips. Bring the set design up, get invested, give folks a reason to go see Drake live again. Stop letting these L's pile up, man. If Kendrick can innovate, use tour to uplift the next ones, and sell out every city, best believe the blueprint work. It just take caring. Last thing, cause I know some folks gonna stick around just to see if the next breakdown gets even crazier. The rap game always been about competition. Iron sharpen iron. If you see your rival on fire, you don't shrink back. You elevate too. Drake could have dropped a legendary run to match Kendrick. Make everybody talk about greatness, unity, and real hip hop. He still could. But what we watching right now, that's a warning for everybody. Don't get lazy once you up. Don't cheat the folks that got you there. Too many L's and even legends collapse. If Drake don't fix up, he not just losing to Kendrick. He losing to himself, the person we used to root for. So I'ma leave y'all with this. Who you putting your money on to really lead rap forward? The MC who care more about his bars, his people, and the next chapter, or the one just sliding by? Drop what you think in the comments. Let me know your wildest concert story or who you feel like actually deserved your bread and gave you your money's worth. And if you want more of these no filter, straight to the point breakdowns, stick around, hit subscribe, and smash that like button. Real talk, we just getting started. This culture belongs to the hungry and the ones who respect it. Don't get it twisted. Appreciate y'all for rocking here with me, and I'll catch you in the next deep dive. Stay up and stay real.